Hi there, it's Ina here, and I'm already busy working on my journal. I am using some very sturdy cardboard, some simple school glue, and some craft paper to start with. I will, of course, make two of these pieces, but I only left the making of one on my video here. This is a craft paper, and the design looks like very coarse woven linen, and I really like it. So my credit card is helping me to squeeze out all the extra glue, make sure everything is down tight and flat, no bubbles, no wrinkles. Here I'm adjusting the sides and cutting the corners and pulling it all over again using my credit card to make it all look nice and tidy and neat. Now this video is part of a video hop and therefore rather short, like all the other videos will be, to make it easy for you, our viewers, to make it to the whole lineup of videos. So I will be chit-chatting with you all the way through, hoping this will make it clear and precise and easy for you to follow. I also cut this frame out of cardboard and I am now figuring out how to position these metal gears so it looks good. And then I will be using my tacky glue to attach them. Now, this video hop is special because apart from being a fun hop where you can see different artists making journal pages, it's also a giveaway. So please don't miss it and go in my description box for all the details. Next, I am preparing some simple kitchen foil as I want to use it to cover this little frame. I use heavy duty as I find it works the best for these kind of projects. But even the heavy duty can rip like you see there. But it is really not a problem. This material is super forgiving and you won't see little mistakes. So I'm using again my school glue and some tacky glue to glue this down and shape it around the frame. Now this hop is just the first of three, so there will be two more coming up over the next 2 weeks. So please stay tuned for those as well. And altogether there will be three journals you can win if you participate in the drawing. So here I'm fixing my little rip by adding a piece of extra foil and a little glue, and it will work just fine. A brayer comes in handy to flatten the foil out, and I'm also adjusting the edges and taking off the excess, as well as cutting out the middle because I want to drape this all around the frame. Now I'm cutting out a rectangle and also make a little slit towards the corner. Now, in this video hop, every video you leave a comment will be an entry for you for this giveaway. So you will have multiple tries and a bigger chance to win, um, depending how many videos you watch and if you leave a comment on each of them. Please don't forget to put the enter me at the beginning of your comment to make it easy for us to collect all the entries. So I have been working on this frame, and as you can see, it molds nicely around the edges. It does take a little time. You have to be a little gentle with it. And this pencil is helping me to flatten everything, especially on the underside. I want it really flat so it will glue down well. Fingers work well, pencils work well to smooth everything down. Now, when it comes to the little gears, because they have little valleys and little corners, I prefer to use a cotton swab or a Q-tip because it's more gentle and you avoid poking or ripping the foil this way. Now, this procedure takes a little while because you want to make sure that you get the most out of the little elements you put underneath the foil so the foil takes on its shape. But it's a fun thing to work on. Now, in order for the foil to look like metal, I am adding some acrylic paint quite generously all around it. I'm also adding a little bit of metallic paint, a little bit of gold. Now it's a bit messy, and as you can see, it goes everywhere because it has to be still wet before you take your cloth to wipe it down. Now the cloth will rub it in and rub it off. This way you get this really nice effect as the paint just stays in the valleys and the little crannies. Now, in order for it to match the rest of the embellishment I have in mind, on my front cover, I'm adding some teal. This is dilution paint. Same thing, I put on a relatively generous amount, but then rub most of it off or in, either way, until I like the looks of it. Now, if you have never done a video hop, uh, you have to follow a lineup, and the lineup is in my description box. And it really does not matter at which point you enter the lineup, because you will come full circle if you just follow the instructions. So please do. Right here, I added some decoupage sealer, and now I'm preparing my front decoration. This is a piece of mulberry paper. It is a very pretty handmade paper, and I love the color, the teal. And as you see, it also has a little bit of gold lines going through it. So yeah, it's very pretty. I really like it. And again, I'm trying to get it down here very smoothly, no bubbles, no wrinkles. Now for the mulberry paper, I use gel medium. But here for the frame, I'm back to my tacky glue. Actually, the foil glues down quite easily and attaches itself well, but I'm still giving it some pressure and also adding these jars to help it to dry nice and tight. So now it's dry, and I'm adding some tacky glue again and some little silver square glitter pieces and some golden micro beads. Fingers really help to flatten it all out and put it in place. Here comes a little flat bottom bead. It's a little bigger and is turquoise as well. Palette knife help with this job as well. And of course you need to take the excess off, which is easiest done with a paintbrush. Now to seal it, I really like just normal school glue. It's very liquid and it runs right in between the little beads and just seals it very securely. As long as you give it a little time to dry, it does a really good job. Before it's all dry, I'm also adding one of my other embellishments. This one had a little orange flower, and I didn't think that fit really so well, so I replaced it with a little piece of bling. And of course, I want to add one of my handmade button embellishments. This one has just the right color, and I'm pushing it into the micro beads while they are still a bit wet, and everything attaches itself to each other. So this is good. Now, of course, this needs to dry really well. It takes a couple hours. So here it's dry, and now to the inside. And I decided to cover the inside with some fabric. I really like the looks of it, and I usually rip the fabric just like I did here, and it gives these really nice frayed edges. And again, it's nice to use a credit card to smooth it all out and make it look good. So here's both sides. I also added the eyelets there. And here is the binding. I am using these rings. They open up, binder rings, and I added some beads to them just for the fun of it and make it look pretty. And of course it gets two, and this way this journal will be a loose leaf journal, so whoever wins it can add their own pages and change it in whichever way they might like. So here are the little beads. They're also a little color coordinated. The back is very simple. The middle is all done. And now it's time for the final flip through. I received the pages from the other artists in this hop. So here you will see the completed piece just the way it will come to you if you are the winner. So right here in the beginning, I added a tiny little envelope with my business card, but of course it could be replaced with something else. I also opted to add a front page. For this, I used a pretty piece of craft paper. I added the name of our hop, and this design was just the perfect size to fit. And with my gel pen, I made a few little white highlights. And this design is on the back of the page as well. Now, I won't be giving a whole lot of information on these beautiful pieces of art, as every artist made a corresponding video with all the detail. This page was made by Vicky Ross, and here the next contribution is by Peg Robinson. Now, all the artists left their personal information on the back of their page. This is a page by Pam Tanino. And so you will have their link to their Facebooks and YouTube channels. This page was made by Audie Gustafson. And Audie also left all the links to her different networks here for you. The next page was done by Samara Al Amar, again with her information. And the last page here is made by Shemi Dixon. And here is also Shemi's business card. I also added some blank pages, and well, that is the end of the journal, but only the beginning of the drawing. So if you would like to participate, make sure your comments are in before the deadline, which is September 12th, 12 midnight CDT. And on September 15th, the drawing of the winner will be right here on my channel. Please go down in my description box one more time for details and dates. Enjoy the hop. I wish you good luck, and bye bye for now.